Hey, what's up, everybody? Today, I'm going to give you a special list of mine that I've been thinking about here since the offseason. I'm going to give you my top 10 players on the Cowboys from the season here, 2016 season. I'm also going to give you, in my opinion, the bottom 5 players on the team, okay? So we're going to start from 10 being the lowest, and then, number 1, obviously. All right, so let's get right into it. My top 10 Dallas Cowboys of this season, okay? Number 10, Dan Bailey, okay? The kicker, obviously. Solid as usual. He did have a streak here where he missed a couple of kicks. We later discovered at the end of the season that he had been playing with a suspected herniated disc. So props to him for battling through that kind of thing. I know he's a kicker, but still. Hopefully he'll pull through that, and I'm sure he will. Number 9 on my list, Jason Witten. Okay, so Witten for me, I think he had a solid season this year. Good season. Broke some team records here. He's closing in on Michael Irvin's receiving record, which he should break at the first game of the upcoming season. So, and he proved to be a good safety net for Dak Prescott, just as he was with Tony Romo. So Witten is a very valuable, integral part of this offense, and he still has it. Okay. Number 8 on my list, Cole Beasley. Okay, Cole Beasley. To me, I think this was his best season. He had he came on here with Romo. He had rapport with Romo, but he has a pretty good rapport with Dak Prescott, and I'm really looking forward to this duo next season. I'm really excited about it. Another year with Prescott in this offense and Cole Beasley. This could be something. Could be something. It already is, but he had a good season. I like what Cole Beasley did this year. He held onto the ball. He didn't have any turnovers. If he did, I don't recall that he did. Compared to other seasons. Good season by Beasley. Number 7, the center, Travis Frederick. Okay, this guy, he's the anchor of the offensive line, the leader. I remember when he got drafted, everybody was like, "Man, what are we doing?" But this pick proved to be a turning point in the offensive line. Okay, so Travis Frederick keeps on bringing in the Pro Bowls. Very consistent, very durable, doesn't miss any games. He had a solid season. Of course, he spearheaded that running game, that running attack of ours. So number 7 is Frederick. Number 6, my only defensive player in the top 10. Who do you think it is? Sean Lee, okay? Sean Lee, he did it. He got through the season. He got through the whole season here. Played at a high level, Pro Bowl level. He initially did not make the Pro Bowl, but then he did get in, with Kuechly bowing out. But he should have been a Pro Bowler anyway. But the more important thing is, Sean Lee was voted in as an All-Pro. He had a solid season. My favorite game from him was when he played the Giants. I know we lost that game, but he was hitting that hole, shutting down the Giants running game. That was a signature Sean Lee game. Okay? A signature Sean Lee game is when he's pretty much taking over the defense, making plays, batting balls, interceptions, just doing all kinds of stuff. I like what he did this season. Very good player. I like Sean Lee. Hopefully we can get another season like that out of him. Number 5. All right, so here we go. The top 5. Number 5, Dez Bryant, okay? I know some of you may think that he should be higher. Maybe number 1. So this list here, 1 through 5, it could be, again, these are just my opinion, but for this season, Dez Bryant, he's in my top 5. He's my number 5 player on the team here. He missed, I think it was 3 games this season. He's not at full speed. We know that Julio Jones had the similar issue, and it was a 2-year deal, and we saw what he did this year. Dez Bryant, next year, I'm expecting a big breakout season back to the 2014 version. And but overall, Dez Bryant had a good season. You know, he's part of this new age triplets of Dak, Zeke, and Dez. He's an integral part of this offense. He keeps offenses on their heels. Opens up the passing game for the other guys. Cole Beasley, Terrence Williams, Butler, Witten. So, number 5. Number 4, the guy who's about to get paid big, okay? Who is it? Zack Martin, okay? Zack Martin, this guy, Pro Bowl after Pro Bowl since he's been a rookie. And 2 All-Pro nods as well. He's going to get paid. They're going to pick up the 5th-year option. There's no doubt about it. And then they're going to bring out the Brinks truck, as they say. He's going to get paid. He's a monster. He's an All-Pro. He had a monster season, man. This guy was a great addition. Number 4 on my list. Number 3, Tyron Smith, the left tackle. I have him high on this list because he's consistent, pretty durable. He doesn't miss a lot of games at all. Played through a lot of injuries, stingers, knee injury. This guy's a beast, and he's still young. Left tackle, he's got Dak's back here. He's that left side is protected when Tyron Smith is out there. All right, so he's number 3 on my list. Number 2 and number 1 could be interchanged depending on how you feel about this. But number 2, Ezekiel Elliott, okay? Okay, so let me explain here why he's number 2 for me. Number 2 could easily be number 1. This could be a 1A, 1B, but I had to pick, and he's number 2 for me. We knew what he was going to be. We knew we had high hopes for him being the number 4 pick overall in the first round. Behind this offensive line, we kind of expected, that he would get rolling. The first game or 2 seemed kind of like he had to get into the groove, and he did. Once he got into the groove, felt comfortable with this style of offense, it was all domination after that. This guy's a beast and a rookie. Smashed Tony Dorsett's rookie rushing record. Touchdowns. He's an amazing blocker in the passing game. And he's what you want. He's a well-rounded running back. Already, I think this guy, he's probably the best running back in the league right now. Maybe David Johnson's in that conversation. These 2 guys are the best in the league right now, Ezekiel Elliott, number 2. Number 1, no surprise, Dak Prescott, okay? Now, the reason why I have Dak Prescott here, 4th round pick, okay? He was number 3 in the depth chart in training camp behind Kellen Moore and Romo. We were thinking, well, maybe he's a developmental quarterback. Came in here, looked amazing in the training camp. Preseason, he lit it up. The poise, the pocket poise, man. That's what did it for me. I saw him out there with that poise, throwing the ball, no fear. Didn't have jumpy feet like some of these rookies. And then some of these amazing drives he had, the Pittsburgh game, even the Green Bay game here, the last one. If you leave time on the clock, Prescott will get you. And that's a playmaker, okay? There's only a couple of playmakers in this league that if you have time on the clock, they can get you, okay? Aaron Rodgers, obviously, he's one of those kind of guys. Tom Brady, same kind of deal. Maybe Drew Brees, but there's only a few quarterbacks that if you leave clock time on there, they could come back and win the game. Dak Prescott did that in a couple of games this season. Moving forward, obviously, he's the leader of this team. Very impressive guy. Very impressive player. My number one player, top 10, number one guy. All right. Now we get down to the bottom 5 players of 2016. Okay, this is serious here because this means cap mode. All right. This is serious because these players here are detriment to the team, in my opinion. Okay, so same deal. We're gonna go 1 through 5. 5 being the lowest, and number 1 the worst. Okay, so number 5, Morris Claiborne. Okay, started out, had a pretty good opening to the season. He had a good opening. You know, it's like, man, is this it? There was conversations about, should we go ahead and extend this guy? Man, he's doing good. He looks as good as he was his rookie year, and this and that, and here we go, injured again and again. Okay, he just can't stay healthy. You can't count on the health. He's unreliable, and just like clockwork, they brought him back for the Green Bay game. Didn't do it. Came out rusty. Same old deal, man. You put him out there after injury, he's not going to perform. It's time to move on from Claiborne, okay? Even on a 1-year deal, I don't think it's a good idea. But, again, that's my opinion, okay? Number 4, Lucky Whitehead. Punt returner, kick returner. Makes bad decisions with the ball. You know, he'll catch it at the 5-yard line, or he'll let it go over his head, and the opposing team pinned us back countless times this season. We had bad field position a lot this year. Whitehead, he's not very good, and I think that's one of the reasons we saw the Cowboys recently sign OJ. I mean, not OJ. I knew I was going to say that. Not OJ McDuffie. Quincy McDuffie. Okay. So that's the reason why we brought him in. I think he's going to compete with Whitehead, and hopefully, you know, if he's a real deal, they can bounce Whitehead out of here and replace him, you know, with McDuffie. All right, so he's my number 4 player here. Number 3, Tyrone Crawford. They started him out at defensive tackle this season. Wasn't doing anything. Doesn't even play the run good anymore. I mean, doesn't get pressure on the quarterback. They bounced him out to defensive end. Then he had a little spark for 2 games or so. He had a spark. Look like, okay, looks like we might get our money's worth out of this guy, but fell back to the same old. Not much pressure. He just looks slow out there. You know, he almost gets there every time, but he doesn't get there. He's not a playmaker. He's a rotational player, and they're playing him starter money. It wouldn't be as bad if he wasn't making this kind of money. For me right now, he's the new Brandon Carr, okay? Brandon Carr got that big contract, and for years, myself and a whole lot of people, you know, we're overpaying Brandon Carr. He's overrated. He's getting paid too much money. The Cowboys, they saw the contract through. He finished the contract. You have to wonder if they're going to do the same patience with Crawford, okay? He's getting paid a lot of money here. But he's the new Carr. The target's on him. You got to produce, and he's not putting up good enough numbers in my opinion. So he's my number 3 player. Number 2, Doug Free. Dude's going to get somebody hurt, okay? And actually he did. Tony Romo got knocked out by Cliff Averill. You look at the play. Doug Free can't handle the speed rushers at all. Like, at all. And in that preseason game, Cliff Averill went right around him. Romo tried to get out of the pocket and got smashed on, broke his back. Doug Free. Okay. And then during the season, same deal. Doug Free just isn't getting it done. He's I think he's a stopgap right now. Chaz Green has potential to replace him, but you can't count on that guy's health. So the Cowboys, they're going to have to come up with something here. I wouldn't be surprised if they use another draft pick here, or if they roll the dice on on somebody in free agency, but they're gonna have to address that right tackle position, the swing tackle backup as well. Doug Free, I don't know if I want to go another season with him out there. Okay, so enough of that. And my number one worst player on the season, DeMarcus Lawrence. Okay, he's not a playmaker. Didn't do anything at right end. He's got a little knucklehead to him. You know, got suspended for the drugs, whatever the hell it was he was doing. Missed the first 4 games. Came back. Didn't do anything. Zero impact. Again, gets injured. He's not getting it done. We have to invest. We're probably gonna have to double dip at defensive end in the draft and maybe even in free agency. He's not getting it done. We could have had Trey Turner. I saw that in the Pro Bowl. I saw Zack Martin and Trey Turner side by side in the Pro Bowl, and that was the guy that Stephen Jones admitted that they were going to get if they didn't do that trade for Lawrence, and there he was in the Pro Bowl right next to Martin. So coulda, shoulda, but here we are with Lawrence. We'll see if he does something in this contract year. Even if he does, I'm not sure I'd even consider re-signing him. He hasn't done anything really, but he's my number one player for the reasons I say. Honorable mention, Cedric Thornton, free agent. I expected more out of him. Didn't really do much. And I did forget my honorable mention for my top 10 on offense. Ronald Leary. He had a good season. He's going to get paid. He's going to get paid in the offseason. All right. So that's my list. Those are my top 10 offensive players of the 2016 season and my bottom 5. All right. And it's no surprise that we have a lot of defenders in that list. So just, it gives more credence to the defense needing to get fixed. We need more playmakers, not just rotational average guys, because that's what we have right now. It's not going to get us far in the playoffs. There's no doubt. We'll get back to the playoffs, but we got to get that defense on par with the offense, or at least close. Okay. So let me know who y'all's top 10 are, Cowboys, and who are the bottom 5 for you guys. All right. So please like and subscribe to the channel.